Sophie, let's go to some stats in Victoria. Out this afternoon, crime statistics. This is the year to June. There were over 500,000 criminal offences in Victoria, an increase of 7.9% from the 12 months to June last year. Also, some shocking statistics in relation to young people, kids as young as 10, home invasions, carjackings, a whole box and dice. Again, Daniel Andrews shouldn't get a $300,000 pension with numbers like that.
Well, he shouldn't, Peter, but I hate to say it, but he is entitled to that. But don't forget that we do have a police problem here in Victoria where they're trying to recruit hundreds more police officers and have been unable to do that. They're always trying to get more on the beat because the crime is going up. You only have to walk around Melbourne where we live. I think it's grubby, it's a dirty place. You can see a lot of drugs and you know, it's not a nice place to be. And I hate to put a dampener on our city, but it's not what it was. But you can blame Daniel Andrews all you like, but now is time for the opposition to stand up, as you've said, Peter, and prosecute their points to actually have a shot at changing this state and bringing it back to the good state that it actually is.
I tell you, a couple of weeks ago, I was walking home from the very inner part of Melbourne to my apartment. There was a bloke on the ground. He'd had a drug overdose. An ambulance was called. He kept waking up. We think there was some influence of ice. He kept getting very violent. I mean, this is what people are living with in Melbourne. Let's go down to London, though, Nick. This launch overnight of the Yes campaign, Julia Gillard was there. There was a rendition of John Farnham's The Voice song. But drag queens on the stage, I mean, it's almost as if the Yes camp want people to vote no with that sort of launch. What's this about?
Absolutely, Peter. I think Australians woke up this morning to this footage and were astounded. I can't imagine many Australians were impressed with what they saw. And really, are we surprised that Julia Gillard, former Prime Minister, was there front and centre watching what I can only describe as a spectacle of a gentleman wearing a high-cut sequined Australian flag leotard with the Aboriginal flag attached, Peter. But, you know, all of this sort of stuff stemmed from, honestly, I believe this, from Julia Gillard deleting the definition of women from the Sex Discrimination Act when she was Prime Minister back in 2013 and opening the door to a raft of challenges, in particular for women. You know my views on drag queens, Peter. I think they're highly offensive to women. I think they usually caricature us in a really sexist manner, and I don't agree with the majority of them and how they behave at all. So, you know, I'm just, I guess in a weird way, thankful that the Yes case keep doing themselves so much damage.
All right, I've got to leave it there. I'm out of time. Sorry, ladies. Ladies, again. I'll see you next week.